Assalamu-Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. تسھیل النحو section 4.1.2 الحروف الجازمہ. In the previous class we have already understood what is huruf jazima and huruf nasiba, so I am simply going to read the huruf jazima from the book. These are as follow: lamun nahi, lamun amr, lamma, lam and in. From lam and nahi and lam amr we have to understand and learn the third and fourth type of fail fail, that is fail amr and fail nahi, which we are not going to learn here because this is a nahu class. In sarf class you will be able to understand lam nahi and lam amr as well as what is amr and nahi properly. Now these are as follows. These appear before fail muzare and cause the following changes at the end. They give last letter a sukoon if it is not noon of tasniya or jama, and if the last letter is noon of tasniya or jama, it will be dropped. The exception is the noon of two, that is jama muannas hazir and jama muannas gaib, because these both segas are mabni. We have already discussed about everything what written here in the previous class, so no need to repeat the same thing again, inshallah. Now huruful jazima. In means if, lam means did not, lamma means not yet, li should or shall, la do not. Like in tajlis ajlis, if you sit I will sit. Lam yazriba ribni, he did not hit me. Zahabal waladu walamma yaud, the boy went but has not returned yet. Li yajlis, he should sit. La tajlis, do not sit. Notes. In appears before two verbal sentence. The first one is called shart and the second one is called jaza. I already explained you what is shart and jaza, so no need to explain this again. If in appears before illa, it should be translated negatively, like in haza illa malakun kareem. Yes, this one is new. Always remember, whenever in used before a sentence where illa is mentioned, there the translation of in should be equal to ma. Okay, so ma translate negatively. Similarly, here the in should be translated negatively. In haza illa malakun kareem means he is not but an honorable angel. This negation could be expressed as he is only an honorable angel. Translation depends on us, but the concept of the translation should not be hidden from us. 3. Lam can be also used to give the meaning of lamma. For this, ba'du or ilal an is added after the fail muzare, which was given jazm by lam, like lam yazhab ba'du, he has not gone yet. So sometimes lam can also used as lamma, but in case we have to add ba'du or ilal an after fail muzare, but it's very rare use. Generally when we want the meaning of lamma, we use with lamma. Then 4. Fa. Fa should be brought before jaza of a shart when jaza is one of the following. I already explained you when fa is used. Let's understand this one more time. Jumlatun ismiya, when the jaza yani it means when the result is jumla ismiya, like in ta'tini fa anta mukrimun. In ta'tini is conditional statement and fa anta mukrimun is a result. So here fa is used. Then we have amr, like in ra'ita zaidan fa akrimhu. This one is conditional statement and this one is result. Start with fa. In ataka zaidun, conditional, fala tuhinhu, result. In akramtani fa jazakallahu khairan. In akramtani, result, conditional statement, fa jazakallahu, start with fa, so it's jaza. Now al-failul mazi. Al-failul mazi will be translated in future tense when it is dua, when it is shart or when it is isme mausul. There is also another case when we use is, if you remember. Sorry, iza. Dua. Whenever we give someone dua, we use the fele mazi, but that dua is actually fele muzare. So whenever it's actually a lot of controversies going on behind the use of fele mazi in dua. So whoever understand the basic concept of Arabic, and it is very clear from this one also, in dua we use the sega of fele mazi, but it is actually translated in as a fele muzare. Then harfu shart, whenever we add a conditional statement, a sentence can be mazi, but we know whenever the condition is going to met, it's going to be met in future, not right now, because if the condition is met just right now, what's the purpose of making it a conditional statement? It's already happened. And then we have ismail mausul. We haven't ismail mausul, we do not have lot of idea about ismail mausul, because I simply just told you what is ismail mausul, but I did not explain you how ismail mausul is used, and it is not possible to help and make you understand the use of ismail mausul in a Nahu book. But don't worry, after finishing this book, I am going to suggest you few more Nahu book which will help you to go through all these chapters with their separate exercises. So here man is isme mausul. Now we have exercise. Translate, fill in the i'rab and point out the harf jazm and its effect on the following. Li yaftah aliyun an-nafizata. Here this is lame amr, so there is a sukun. Aliyun is file, nafiza is window. Ali should open the window. La takthur, do not increase minaz zahaki, from laugh. It means do not laugh more. Ikhtalafa sharikani, two parties are differ. Walam yattafaqqa, and they are not muttafiq, they are not agreed upon something. Lam jazam. Kabural gulamu, the child became younger. Walamma yatahazzab, but still he is not a disciplined person, he is not a gentleman. In yusafir akhuka, if your brother travel, usafir ma'hu, I will travel with him. So here in is shart and usafir is jaza, they both have jazam. In tansurullaha, if you all help Allah, yansurukum, he will help you. In tansuru, it was actually tansuruna. In is added, so noon is removed. In here, in is jazm. In tansurullaha, if you all help Allah, yansurukum, it was actually yansuru, but it's the jaza, so yansurukum with jaza. Now next, section 4.2, al-af'alul amila. Now what we are learning so far, we were learning about the huruf which act as a amil, but in the previous class I told you ism as well as fail, they both act as a amil. So now we have finished the chapter where harf act as a amil, how harf act on fail and ism. In this class we are going to learn about af'alul amila. It means how fail act as a amil and what are its effect on ism as well as fail. So the section 4.2.1, al-failul maruf. We already know what is fail a maruf. It is active fail. It is a fail whose doer is known or mentioned. Fail a maruf, whether transitive or intransitive, governs the following ism as when applicable. It gives rafa to file, of course. It gives nasab to maful when applicable, and then we have a different types of maful. So all are maful. So when we are saying it give nasab to maful, all types of maful comes under the maful. So whether it is maful mutlaq or maful mahu, maful lahu, maful fi, all these are actually maful. So fail maruf give rafa to file, nasab to these maful. Also hal Fele maruf give nasab to hal as well as tamiz. Or everything is already discussed before. Now, section 4.2.2, Al-Failul Majhul. It is a fail whose doer is not known or mentioned. Fail Majhul is also known as Failun Malam Yusamma Failuhu, a fail whose file is not named. It give rafa to its naif file, and naif file is actually maful. We already know why and how. And it give nasab to all the remaining mansubat. It means it give nasab to other maful as well as hal tamiz. Let's understand this example. Zuriba fele majhul, Zaidun is a naif file, Yawm al-Jum'ati is one maful, Amam al-Qazi another maful. These both maful are maful fi. Zarban maful mutlaq, Shadidan is mausuf sifat, Fi darihi ta'diban is maful lahu. So a fail is responsible for the i'rab of file, its maful, hal and tamiz. Then we have fail lazim and fail mutaaddi. First understand what is fail lazim. A fail lazim is a fail that is intransitive fail. It is a fail whose meaning can be understood without maf'ul, like jalasa zaidun zad sat. So fail lazim is a fail whose meaning can be understood without mentioning the maf'ul. But opposite to fail lazim, we have fail mutaaddi whose meaning is not completely understood without mentioning the maf'ul. That's the fail mutaaddi. And then there are some fail which is okay with one maf'ul, but some fail mutaaddi required two separate maf'ul or three separate maf'ul. But remember, let me tell you one thing by stopping you right here. The uses of fail lazim and mutaaddi is vice versa. You can use fail lazim as a fail mutaaddi, and similarly you can use fail mutaaddi as a fail lazim. So in general, this is not such a tricky or difficult chapter. It's actually depend on how the writer is using that word. Is the writer is using that fail as a lazim or a mutaaddi? We simply have to translate the same way. Then we have a fale naqisa. We already know what is a fale naqisa. We have understood and learned with all the examples like kana, sara, asba. Those are a fale naqisa. Then we have fail mutaaddi. It is a fail whose meaning cannot be understood without maf'ul, like zaraba zaidun bakran. Zad hits bakr. If you remove the bakr, zaraba zaidun zad hit, but he hit whom? It is not mentioned here. There are four types of fail mutaaddi. One, those fail mutaaddi which require only one maf'ul, as in this case of the most mutaaddi verb, like zaraba zaidun bakaran, one maf'ul. Those fail which can be given two maf'ul bihi. These includes the following: any fail which has the meaning of i'ta'un, means to give, like ata, manaha, wahaba. All these words have the similar meaning, like give. Ataitu as-sa'ila khubzan, I gave the beggar a bread. So here this ataitu fail requires two maf'ul. As-sa'il is maf'ul 1, khubzan is maf'ul 2. Some other fails which can also have two maf'ul includes the following, like amara, kasa, sa'ala. Amara means give command, kasa means show laziness, sa'ala means kasa means I think earn, sa'ala means question. Yaksu al-ilmu ahlahu waqaran, knowledge clothes its possessor with dignity. Yes. So here the kasa yaksu means to clothe someone. Now, those fail which must be given two maf'ul. These fail are known as af'alul qulub, fail related to heart and feelings. They are enter upon mubtada khabar, unlike fail above number 2. So there are fail mutaaddi are three types. One, a fail mutaaddi which only required one maf'ul. Then we have fail mutaaddi which required two maf'ul, but these the requirement of two maf'ul is separate with very few fails only, like ata, manaha, wahaba or amara, kasa wa sa'ala. And again there are fi'l mutaddi which requires two maf'ul, and this requirement of two maf'ul is separate with definitely with those fi'l which is related with the human emotions and feeling, like saw or thought or desire or anything. Like when you say hasibtu, I thought Zaidan aliman, I thought Zaidan is an alim, Zaid is an alim. So here hasibtu is a fail, and it's totally related with the human heart, so it required two maful, one is Zaidan, another one is alim. Here is the list of afalul qulub. Ra'a, used for certainty, yaqeen, like raitu Saidan zahiban, I was sure Said was going. Wajada, used for certainty, yaqeenun, like wajadtu Rashidan aliman, I was sure Rashid was knowledgeable. The literal meaning of ra'a is see, but here seeing is not done by eye, seeing is done by heart. So that's why the translation here is I was sure, because you are sure only when you are 100% you have yaqeen and faith on what you saw or what you thought is right. Alima, used for certainty, yaqeen, like alimtu Zaidan aminan, I was sure Zaid was trustworthy. Then we have za'ama, used for certainty, like za'amtu Zaidan haziran, or shak. Za'ama can be used for both certainty, yaqeen, or if there is a shak. Hasiba, khala, zanna, they all have the separate meaning, but what's common between them? They all require two maf'ul. Other fi'l which also requires two maf'ul includes the following, like sayyara is one fi'l which requires two maf'ul. Sayyara means to make something else, like sayyartu al-awraka kitaban, I made the pages a book, it means I converted the pages to book. Ittakhaza means to create, to take something, or to take someone, something as someone or something, or to create something as another thing, like wattakhazallahu Ibrahim khalila, Allah took Ibrahim as a friend, so Allah make Ibrahim al-Islam as a friend. And then we have ja'ala means create, like ja'altu al-kitaba murattiban, I created or made the book organized. Those fi'l which requires three maf'ul, each of these has the meaning of informing or showing. Now there are some fi'l mutaddi which requires three maf'ul. These are ara, a'lama, amba'a, nabba'a, akhbara, khabbara, haddasa, and the examples with their meanings as already mentioned here. You are not able to understand this right now because these are just remember, these are only the examples. To understand all these things deeply, these are fail and related to ilmus sarf only. So once you learn ilmus sarf, you will be able to understand its uses, translation, and their format of words and segas as well. Translate the following i'rab, analyze the full sentence. Nabbatu, I informed Saidan akhahu qadiman. Nabbatu is a fi'l which requires three different maf'ul here. One maf'ul, two maf'ul, three maf'ul. I informed Said about his brother returning. Ataitu Zaidan dirhaman, I gave Zaid dirham. Ataitu fi'l requires two maf'ul. Fahima Saidu ad-darsa, Said understood lesson. Here Said Fahima is a fi'l which requires only one maf'ul. Ra'aytu as-salaha khairan, I saw Salah good. Either Salah is a name or anything other than a name. If it is other than name, I do not have the proper meaning for this word. Please look into the dictionary. Ra'aytu means I saw. Oh, okay. As-salahu, as-salaha is khairan. Salah means, negotiation or peace agreement. I thought peace agreement is khair, good. Akhbarni Zaidun Abahu marizan. Akhbarni is a fail which requires two maf'ul. Zad, or sorry, three maf'ul. Noon is also a maf'ul here. Zad informed me that his father is patient. Zanantu al-jawwa mu'tadilan. I thought or assume that environment is balance. Now we have section 4.2.6, afalul muqarabati wa rajai wa shurui. We already understood what is afal muqaraba. Those fail which are used to express the human feelings and desire are afalul muqaraba. Afalul raja is those fail which are especially used to express the hope or desire of one. And afalul shuru is a special type of fail which do not have any special meaning. They simply used before another fail to just tell us that this action start happening. Definition: these fails are actually a type of afale naqis and they behave the same way. They also enter upon mubtada and khabar, give rafa to ism and nasab to khabar like afale naqisa did. The difference is that their khabar is always jumle failiya, unlikely to afale naqisa where the khabar can be jumle ismiya like kana, where the khabar can be a single word like kana rajulu aliman. They are used for following purpose. Afalul muqaraba used for show nearness in attainment, husul of the khabar. Okay, so here afalul muqaraba. Okay, no, I made a mistake actually. I just gave you the example of afalul qulub as afale muqaraba. Sorry, afale muqaraba is a special type of fail which used in a sentence when you want to inform the speakers about some things which is going to be happen in the near future. Afalul raja show desire for attainment of khabar, and afalul shudu show commencement of action. Then we have afal muqaraba, raja and shuru. So kada, karaba or karuba aw shakka, asa, tafika, ja'ala, akhaza. These are a fail comes on mubtada khabar. Kada, karaba, karuba aw shakka, these or asa, tafika, ja'ala, khaza, all these words give zabar, sorry, marfu, so pesh to ism, and its khabar will be the whole jumla ismiya sentence where an is not mentioned. In some an is mentioned, in some there is no an. For example, when we are using kada, its ism will have zamma on it, but its khabar will be without an, like kada zaidun yazhabu, Zaid was about to go. Or karaba, karuba you can use in the both way. Same use as kada, Khalid was about to sit. But when we are using aushaka, after aushaka we use an before jumla ismiya, jumla failiya or khabar. Then we have asa used with an. Then tafika, ja'ala, khaza, they all used without an. Now these fail are used only in past tense. Then we have afalu shuru, like akhaza zaidun thawbahu, Zaid took his cloth. So here akhaza means took. Now the analysis of sentence. Asa is fail raja. Zaidun is not a simple file, it's a ism of asa. An is an masdariya. Yakhruju is fail having huwa zamir file inside it. Fail file become jumle failiya khabariya. Then it become which related with an. Now this whole sentence is khabar of this asa. Asa Allahu an yashfiyaka. hopefully Allah will give you shifa. Allah is asa ism, and an yashfi'aka is khabar of asa. Takadu samawatu tafattara yatafattaru, so yatafattarna. It was close that the sky will be sky was blasting or making a lot of sound. Asatil mar'atu. Asat al mar'atu is a ism of asat. Antakuma. Asat, hopefully the woman was about to stand or will stand. Awshaka an yuftaha babul madrasati. It's a fele majhul. It is close. It is going to happen that the door of the madrasa is going to open. Akhaztu aktubu. I start writing. So here the akhaztu means start here, because this is fele shuru. Ja'ala zaidun yamsahu ra'sahu. Zaid start doing masah to his head. So here again the ja'ala means actually create, but here the ja'ala is used as afale shuru. It means it gives the meaning of a start, commencement, like when we start something. Now section 4.2.7 af'alul madah wa zam. There are some fail which is used to express to praise someone, and some word which used to blame someone, or demotivate or tells the bad quality about the file. So we have the for afale madah we have ni'ma and habbaza, which means wonderful, and then bi'sa and sa'a, which means evil. Ni'ma rajulu zaidun, what a wonderful man Zaid is. Habbaza zaidun, what a wonderful man Zaid is. Then we have bi'sa rajulu zaidun, what an evil man Zaid is. Sa'a rajulu zaidun, what an evil man Zaid is. Now there are some rules for use of these words. See, that which appears after file is called maqsus bil madah or maqsus bil zam. So the word after ni'ma or bi'sa is known as maqsus with fele madah, or we can say maqsus bil madah or maqsus bil zam. Maqsus means special. It means it is specially created. So a rajulu is actually not file here. It is known as maqsus bil madah. It means it is especially related as with a praise word. Or you can simply understand that a word which is being a person who is being praised by one of these fail of praise, they can be known as maqsus bil madah. The file of ni'ma, bisa, sa must be one of the following. Now for about the file of these bisa, sa and ni'ma, there are some rules. First, prefixed with alif lam, they should be with alif lam. Second, if there is no alif lam, they should be muzaf ilay. Third, a zamir is hidden. If the word, it means if the file is nakera mansoob, like nema rajulan zaidun, so we will say that here huwa zamir is hidden. Now the fourth, the word ma, bi'sa ma kanu yaf'alun. So ma is only used when the file is jama, not wahid. So there are four rules for the file of sa'a, bisa, nema. First, it should be with alif lam. If there is no alif lam, it should be with muzaf ilay, where the muzaf ilay will have alif lam. If the both cases not, then use the file of nema, bisa or sa'a as mansoob and assume that there is a huwa zamir hidden here. If not, If we are using a jama or wahid tasniya, simply in that case use ma. Then in habbaza or in habbaza zaidun, habba is the fail, za is ism ishara which is fa'il, and zaidun is makhsus bil madah. So habbaza is a word where habba is a fail and za is ism ishara, and we will learn it in the advanced Arabic book. Like when we are saying haza, actually ha is nothing, za is only ism ishara. So here in habbaza, fail and fa'il is always attached, and zaidun is not the direct fa'il of habbaza. Instead we say makhsus bil madah, and we analyze this sentence the similar way. Note, these fails are used in the past tense in their singular form, masculine or feminine. At the time makhsus bil madah is dropped, name al abdu or name al abdu ayyub, what a wonderful man's slave is. If the makhsus bil madah or makhsus bil zam, they both are very popular, in that case we can eliminate the makhsus bil madah or zam. Nema rajulu zaidun. How we are going to analyze this sentence? Nema fail madah, or rajulu fa'il, or you can say yes, you can say fa'il, and zaidun is makhsus bil madah. Now zaidun will be mubtada muakhar and ni'ma rajulu will be khabar muqaddam, and this sentence will be jumla ismiya khabariya. See, ni'matil ibnatu, ni'mat fail madah, al ibnatu its fa'il, fatimatu is makhsus bil madah. Now Fatima is mubtada muakhar and ni'matil ibnatu is khabar muqaddam. What a wonderful girl is Fatima. Habbazal ittifaqu, habba fail, za is its fa'il, and al ittifaq makhsus bil madah. What a good thing is agreement. Ni'mal mawla, ni'ma fail madah, al mawla its fa'il, and here makhsus bil madah is eliminated because it's popular that it's tell us about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then section 4.2.8, af'alu ta'ajjub, a fail which is used to show or express the wonder. For 3 letter sulasi now sulasi mujarrad mazid fi. If you haven't understood sarf and if you haven't learned all these terms in ilmu sarf, you may quite find understanding all these things very difficult. But don't worry, I'm also not going to explain you these things because these all topics are covered in ilmu sarf, not in ilmu nahu. And if I start explaining those things, it's going to be a long it's not going to be complete soon, because we have to go through the whole concept of ilmu sarf from the beginning till end. So it's better that you should learn nahu separately from the sarf. Now for 3 letters sulasi mujarrad. Sulasi mujarrad means a word which has only 3 letters, which created from 3 letters. There are 2 versions for expressing the wonder or amazement. Versions means in Arabic language generally we have a scale to compare the word. For example, when I taught you like nasara, so nasara is a sulasi mujarrad. Why? Because this word is created only with 3 alphabet, nun, swad and ra. So nasara is a scale also, like noon having zamma, swad having zamma, ra is having zamma. So that is a scale. When I gave you the example as exercise like create sega from dakhala kataba, so both kataba, dakhala follow the same scale as nasara. They they are created with the 3 letters and all these 3 letters having fatha on it. That is called wazan. Ma af'alahu has the meaning of ayyushayn. Like when you say ma ahsana zaidun, it means how wonderful Zaid is. Ma here is mubtada, ahsana is a fail having huwa zamir fa'il, and Zaidan is maf'ul, fail fa'il maf'ul. This whole sentence become khabar. Now jumle fe'liya khabariya. Now second one is af'il bihi. Like instead of saying ahsana, there is also ahsin bi Zaidin. How wonderful Zaid is. The analysis will be similar. That is jumla fe'liya insha'iyya. To express wonder for other than three letters, like ghayru sulasi mujarrad, it means when the word is not created with only three letters, such as ashdid, ashadda, ma ashadda, or ma ahsana or ahsin btc, should be placed before masdar of the desired fail. The masdar will be maf'ul bihi, thus mansoob. Ma ashadda ikraman nasi lil ulama'i. You cannot able to understand this whole sentence because here the ism tafzil is used. Similarly, understand ma ashadda means what a great. Ashadda means something great. Okay, so what great respect of people for ulamas. So sometimes instead of using ahsana, if you want to use another word, we can say ashadda or khaira or ahsana or ahsini. But the proper use of this sentence you will be able to understand once you learn is Asma'ut Tafzil chapter. Asma'ut Tafzil chapter is also discussed in this Nahu book, but not with a deeper concept. For that you have to go for the you have to look for the these topics in the Sarf chapter. For right now, what I can explain you that some words are especially created in Arabic language to express the amazement. That is ahsana, ashadda or ahsin bihi. Only there are also more other words and they can be created as per the requirement. Like see the atwala. Atwala is a word created on the scale of ahsana. Atwala ahsana. Atwala bi Zaidin. What a long man Zaid is. Ma ashadda biyaza sha'rihi. What a great what a great whiteness of his hair. Ma atwala rajulaini. What a great height of those two men. So they can be created. Similarly, on the scale of ahsana and ashadda, atwala is created. Now we have al-af'alul asma. Al-asma'ul amilatu or al-amilatul asma'i. Now we have completed the harf acting as a amil on ism and fail. Then we have completed the fail acting as a amil on ism and fail as well. Now we are learning ism acting as a amil on fail or on ism. See, among these asmaul af'al were discussed in section 2.4.4. Here we will discuss the rest. First one is section 4.3.1 asmaul shart. Those ism which are only used to create a conditional statement. Conditional ism. They governs to fail muzare, giving both a jazm, which is already discussed. We do not have to discuss here again. Mata tazhab azhab, if you hope you remember, we have learned this example in maf'ul fi. They appears before two sentences. The first one is called shart, the condition, and the second one is called jaza, the result, already explained to you. These are the list of ism which act as a amil on fail. Man, ma, mahma, mata, ayyana, aina, anna, haysuma, kaifama, ayyun. Man is man yukrimuni ukrimhu. Who treats me hospitably, I will treat him hospitably. So here man is acting as a ism shart. Ma ta'kul akul. Whatever you eat, I eat. Here ma is actually, ma and man is actually ism mawsul, but they can be used as a ism shart here. Mahma tunfik fil khair yanfa'ak. Whatever you spend in the way of a good will benefit you. Mahma acting as a shart. Mata tazhab azhab acting as a shart. Wherever you go, I go, or whenever you go, I go. Ayyana tusafir usafir. Whenever you travel, I travel. Aina tazhab azhab. Wherever you go, I will go.
Anna tanzil anzil, wherever you stay I will stay. Haysuma tusafir usafir, wherever you travel I will travel. Kaifama taqud aqud, whichever you sit I will sit. Ayyu makanin tazhab azhab, whichever place you go I go. Or you can say ayyatu makanat. Ayyatu is also used. When ayyatun is used, the mudhaf ilayh will be muannas. Now in and izma have the same function as asmaul shart, giving jazam to fele muzare, except they are particles, harfu shart, they are not ismu shart, that was not mentioned here. Collectively the ism and particles are all called adwatu shartil jazima. So whenever all the ismu shart and hurufu shart, they all combine together, we give a new term for that, that is called adwatu shartil jazima. Example, in and izma. In tazhab azhab, if you go I will go. Izma taf'al sharran tandab, if you do evil you will be regretful.
Now there are other adawatu shart that are ghairu jazim. Ghairu jazim means there are some other adawatu, means particles or ism of shart, but they do not give jazam to fele muzare. They do not give jazam to fele muzare. Some of these are discussed in section 4.4 13. Hurufu shartil lati la tajzim. Amongst the asma'u shart which do not give jazam are two discussed below. First one is kullama, another one is iza, and there also is. This is a zarf and enters upon fele mazi. It conveys the meaning of emphasis and repetition. Kullama mariztu zahabtu ila tabib. Whenever I feel sick I went to the doctor. Then we have iza. This is also zarf. It is used to give the meaning of fele muzare. It also entails the meaning of condition. Mutazamminun ma'ana shart. Is laqitahu fasallim alayhi. If you met him, greet him. We have already understand the meaning of uses of is and iza, so do not worry, no need to repeat that again. When the following ism are used for istifham, they appear before one sentence, like man, ma, mata, ayyana, aina, anna. These asma'ul shart are also used as asma'ul istifham, but when these huruf are used as asma'ul istifham, they generally appears before sentence. It means they used as a mubtada. Ma haza means ma is mubtada and haza is a khabar here. Same with man, anta, and aina, tazab, everything. Now see, man yasna ma'rufan, whoever do the good, we have to use a separate jaza here. Man yasna ma'rufan yadkhul jannah, he will enter to the jannah. Ma takhfu min a'malik, ma takhfu min a'malik, whatever you hide from your deeds. Yazhur azharakallah, azharahullah, Allah will show. Kaifama tu'amil ikhwanuk, whatever however your brothers are treating. Tu'amil, treat them like. Tu'amilhum, treat them like they are treating you. Ayyana yaksur faraga shabab, ayyana yaksur faraga shabab. Let me recall the meaning of ayyana. When yaksur means increase, faraga shabab means the young time period. You can say whenever in youth there is a lot of time, ta'mal, use it. Anna yanzil zu ilmi, wherever the knowledge scholars are going, anzil, I will go. Mata tusafir usafir, man ihtaraman nasa ahtarim, whoever respect the people I respect him. Man yaksur kalamahu yaskut, whoever talk too much, fail. Okay, I think I should write down all these words for you. It is not enough. Man yasna ma'rufan yadkhul al-jannah. Man tafwin amalika yazhur Allah. Kayfa ma tu'amil ikhwanuka tu'amil. ayyan yasul faragh ash-shabab ta'mil اور استعمل. انا ينزل ذو علم انزل. متى تسافر اسافر. من يحترم الناس احترمهم. من يحصر كلامه يسقط. Now, اسم الفاعل, اسم المبالغہ, اسم المفعول, صفت مشبہ باسم الفاعل, اسم التفضیل, المصدر, المضاف, الکنایات, حروف التنبیہ, حروف التخصیص. Why I am reading all these things? Let me explain you. In the next video, I am going to finish the whole book. But before finishing this, before going to the last chapter, I want you to read about اسم التفضیل, اسم صفت مشبہ باسم الفاعل, اسم المفعول, and اسم المبالغہ as well as اسم الفاعل, because these topics are explained deeply in al-Sarf book, not in Nahu. And I am also not going to explain you everything about ism fa'il in Nahu. I am only going to explain you what is written in this page. But if you haven't understand or learn this ism fa'il in Sarf, it is not difficult or impossible to understand, but you may find at some level that it is difficult. But if you focus and if you pay total attention and if you try to understand and you repeat the video and watch, you may be able to understand completely, inshallah, what is ism fa'il, what are their uses, inshallah. So let's meet you in the next video with hopefully we will be completing this book, inshallah. Assalamu-Alaikum wa rahmatullah.